Hello and welcome to another physics video tutorial. In this tutorial, we are going to look at some of the mistakes students make when doing a calculation. One of the mistakes students make is to misuse the equal sign. And I'm going to use this example to illustrate my point. We have already looked at the solution to this question where we found the mass of the girl was 50.048 kilograms. In this video lesson, we are going to see some of the mistakes that students who got the correct answer make when they are trying to arrive at the answer. Remember, in physics, we are also interested with the process that you use to arrive at your answer. We are not just interested in the final answer. You may find that a question like this one may carry 4 marks. There would be marks allocated at each step of the question. Now let's see some of the mistakes students make when they are trying to arrive at that answer. The most common mistakes is students starting an expression with the equal sign. The students will reason out like this. Since I've been given pressure here and there is area, I know that pressure is equal to force over area. This is the correct way of thinking. But there is another student who will say is equal to force over area. The mistake here is that the student has just started with the equal sign without telling us what is on the left-hand side. You know, when you write down an equal sign, you are saying there is something on the left-hand side which is equal to something on the right-hand side. But the student has not told us what is on the left-hand side. You are leaving the teacher or the one who is marking your work to guess that what is on the left-hand side is pressure. This is not supposed to be the case. Because you're the one who won the marks, you must tell us what is on the left-hand side and not leave your teacher to guess what is on the left-hand side. So the correct way of writing it will be like this. So this will obviously not earn you any mark. Let's look at this student who has started correctly, written that pressure is equals to force over area, and realizes that, okay, I've been given the pressure over here, the area is given, pressure is given, the area is given, and I want force, and realizes that for us to be able to calculate mass, we need the force, which is actually the weight of the girl. So this student goes right ahead and writes something like this. So this one is equal to, because the student realizes that for him to get force, he must multiply pressure times area, and then says it is equal to pressure times area. This one is very common. Now, what is the mistake here? When you write this equal sign here, you are saying whatever is on the left-hand side is equal to whatever is on the right-hand side. Now, let's look at it carefully. Force over area cannot be equal to pressure times area. So this equal sign here has been misused. It has clearly been misused. It is not the correct way of doing it. Now, where did the mistake come in? The student wanted to calculate force, but has already written this expression. Force is equals to, pressure is equals to force over area. But you want to calculate force. What you can do, if you've already written this one down, is to start a new expression here, or put this implication symbol. This implies that force is equals to pressure times area. That is how you solve that kind of question. You don't just write the same equal sign and continue. Or, I've just said, or you could say, start another line and you say force is equals to pressure times area. Now let's assume that you've already written this equation correctly and you realize that now you've got to substitute this value here, 13,600 times 0.0368, and you get 500.48 newtons, which is the correct way of doing it. But when you look at what you are required to work out, it's the mass. Then you realize, okay, this is the weight of the student. Now how do I get the mass? Oh, to get the mass, I just need to divide this one by 10, and I get 50.048 newtons. I mean kilograms. And this is the correct answer. But when you look at the way that you have used to arrive at this, it's again wrong. Because let's go back. You're working out the force, which is pressure times area, which is equal to this much, which is equal to 500.48 newtons. If you left your answer at that and then started another line here where you say that mass is equal to weight over 10, or weight over the gravitational field strength, or simply wrote it is equals to 500.48 over 10, you know, without writing this, you could have written directly m is equal to 500.48 divided by 10, which would be correct. Then you would get your answer as 50.048 kilograms. That one would be correct. But when you do some other calculations in between to get some other physical quantities which is in your mind, but you've not shown us which is this physical quantity that you're working out, then you're making a mistake here. There will be one huge question mark here. You see, and you have spoiled it at the last point just by introducing these 10. So I've shown you how to go about it. So you could write something like this, or you could even say that weight is equals to 500.48 newtons, and then write the implication sign. This implies, of course, as a continuation of this, should have written it somewhere here so that I can show you on one straight line, but this implication sign is somewhere around here. This implies that the mass is equals to now 500.48 divided by 10, and you get your answer as the same, 0.48 kilograms. And all this would be neatly done and in a more step-by-step manner. Now, I've realized that students who make this kind of mistakes usually are students who are looking for shortcuts. They do not want to rewrite something again. But remember, if you don't want to rewrite something again, you introduce these kind of mistakes, which make you lose marks. And really, it is not such a hard thing to do. Just by substituting this equal sign with the implication sign, and then writing what you want from this expression, and then continuing is a way out. Another one would be to rewrite this expression again like this. So I hope you've seen some of the mistakes that you can make when you are using the equal sign, and this mistake is about the misuse of the equal sign. So never start an expression with the equal sign. Always start it by saying what is on the left equal to something on the right. And then when you want to continue, when you want to rearrange the formula, because this one is just about rearranging the formula, you wanted to make force to be the subject of the expression. So we have already looked at that, but now you have just done it in your mind, and it told us that, okay, force is equals to pressure times area, which is correct. But when you divide by area, it brings in a lot of confusion. Now your statement will not make sense at all. So I hope this lesson has been of value to you. If you're the kind of student who makes this kind of mistake or this kind of mistake, or this kind of mistake here, now you've learned. Go through this example once again. Try to see what I'm emphasizing in each stage and then repeat the calculation by yourself. And always try to remember not to misuse the equal sign.